Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline live in the BPTV studios. Thanks everybody for watching our show. We appreciate you. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. I got Smoking Jim Frazier with me. Chip Hayner is stuck in traffic. So there was some accident or something on 51, wherever he's at. Called me a couple hours ago, said he probably wouldn't make it. Couldn't make any moves. He was jammed in there. EMT vehicles were out there, so somebody was hurt and people were injured. Who knows? So we'll try to, Smoking Jim and I will try to talk to you about sports. Thanks for watching us on Comcast 7 only in Bethel Park, Verizon 32 in Bethel Park, and all the way from Nemacolin to Cranberry and Wexford and all the points in between. We appreciate that. Facebook, we're back up to 6,658 likes. Thanks for watching our shows. Just put up the latest boxing. Posted that on Smoking Jim Frazier's page, Pittsburgh Sportsline, my page.
I watched it too.
So it was great. Steve, the rookie Fisher, filmed 5 hours of boxing and other stuff. Dave Cable cut it down to 1 hour and 48 minutes. So we got all the good boxing, and Western Pennsylvania won 8 fights out of 13. So congratulations to the WPA Pittsburgh Boxers. That's great to beat Philadelphia like that. So we had a lot of fun. A lot of people liked the comments that Smoking Jim and I made, so thank you very much. We've got a lot of sports to talk about tonight. Our sponsor of What's on Your Mind is Skeets Lewandowski of Skeets Service Station. Works on anything and everything that runs on gas. Call 724-348-4715. You go past Trax Farm in Middle Beach and you find Skeets Service Station, red, white, and blue. Check out their smorgasbord on Mondays. They even have Bethel Bakery donuts. So it's a good place to go. Smoking Jim's been promising Skeets for 2 years to go there, so we'll see if he can make it someday. But he sponsors our What's on Your Mind, and we're going to start the show with, well, wait, let me do my promos first because Smoking Jim's still chewing on that Olive Oils Pizzeria. Just happened to have the Olive Oils Pizzeria, 412-831-1900. Thanks for the adjustment on the camera here. It's nice you got the Pittsburgh Sportsline shirt, cut my head off, and we got the Olive Oils Pizzeria. Give them a call again, 412-831-1900. Bethel Park Historical Society, Schoolhouse Arts and History Center. They rent out the business there. They have 5,000 brand new windows, so check it out. It's right where the trolley is on South Park Road. You can't miss it. They're also a 501c3. Donate some money to them. They could use it, and they do a lot of great things in our community. Another 501c3, excuse me, the Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation. That's Joey before cancer, after DIPG, which is the dreaded brain cancer that killed him at 9 years old. You can go to Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation and donate any money there and help out for their events. They just had a night at the races that I heard was pretty successful at the Bethel Park Community Center on Friday. So we'll hear more reports in the future about that. Dave Cable likes to have some fun at my expense. I want you for BPTV, 412-831-3304. You can be like Devin Shea and Steve, the Rookie of the Year Fisher, in a control room running cameras, soundboard, lights. These fantastic lights make it look like daylight here. Smoking Jim and I look great with these lights. The room's been sound deadened, so it sounds perfect in here. Can't beat it. Just like a real studio. Come and help us out. Be a volunteer. I want you for BPTV. Again, 412-831-3304. Bethel Park Community Foundation. I'm a trustee on the board. They have money for you and your organization from $100 to $5,000. Get an application and apply for some money for your group in Bethel Park. If you're doing great things here, they can help fund it. Check them out, bpcf.org. All right, what's on your mind, Smoking Jim Frazier?
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
It's coming at you.
you got to see Levine. Hey, if I say what's on my mind, can you give us an update on your new show? It looks pretty exciting. I didn't get a chance to look at it out there.
Oh, I met this gentleman. He's a saxophone player and plays about 8 other instruments.
Wow.
He does something I call the show musical healing.
Mm-hmm.
He does meditation on flutes, music, and the sounds can actually heal your body. He has different tuning forks that he uses, and they help get in your vibration in your body and help it heal.
You feel the difference?
Yeah. Yeah, he tried to make me more calm than I am.
Does he play the flute and the snakes come up? And
No,
all
there's
that?
no snakes like that. We're not in the jungle. We're right here in the studio here. But it's a great show. Eric Lawrence is the gentleman. He's a Grammy Award playing saxophonist.
White guy, black guy?
White guy.
White guy.
He's traveled all over the world.
Got a black name.
Yeah, thanks, Smoking Jim. His dad was a great saxophone player, was on the Tonight Show and played in many bands all over the country that you never heard about. Yeah, never heard it. But hey, thanks. Got another musical show out there, and you have to check it out, buddy. It's a half hour long, and you'll learn something there.
Oh, what's on my mind is the curse is on. Al Levine, the talking machine, I hated to disagree with you when you were saying that the Pittsburgh Penguins were three-peat, and I told you then, and I told everybody they'll never win another championship without Marc-Andre Fleury. What the Pittsburgh Penguins did to that, Andre Fleury, a guy that won 3 World Championship Stanley Cups for them, and what they did caused them to be under the curse. And the Penguins was able to be defeated last night. They're out of it. The curse is on. It's Alex Ovechkin time now, and Fleury's is still in there. And for all those people who say that the Penguins couldn't afford Fleury, you're wrong. You don't break up a championship team. This was a dynasty. You need 2 goaltenders, like I've been saying all along. You don't break up a winning combination. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. If you just look at these next 2 playoff series that the Penguins would have been in if they would have kept Fleury, and if they'd have had home field advantage, they possibly could play 8 games. The Penguins...
You have to win 8 more games.
You have to win 8 more games.
You'd win 8 first. The first 2 series are 4 games, and 4 games is 8.
8.
You got to win 16 in total.
But I'm talking about home games. The next two would be home. Say if you had home ice advantage.
Sure.
So you only have to win 4 at home if you got home ice advantage.
Yeah, but you don't play them all at 4. You play 2 at home and then 3 on the road.
Yeah, but I'm talking about. I'm laying out the scenario. Not very good, evidently.
No. You're actually a good NFL scout and a good Steeler scout. You're weak on the hockey.
I'm a little weak on the hockey.
You're just passionate about it. But like before you came in, he goes to me, "How you feeling today?" I go, "I bleed black and gold, but I feel fine." Penguins
Who said that?
Steve, the rookie,
Fisher.
So. I said, hey, we had our defensive lapses, but we had one problem. We had a lack of scoring. That was one of the keys that we didn't have, and a goaltender couldn't have fixed that.
Well,
we had, and I mentioned that, and he goes, man, what do you think Smoking Jim will be like? I said, he's going to rub it in that Ovechkin won.
No,
you held true to color. I'm bringing the color card up quick. You ran true to color.
I said all along that they would not win another Stanley Cup without Fleury, and I'm going to break it down how they could afford Fleury. Fleury's only making $5 million a year.
Okay.
If the Penguins would have had home ice advantage, they would have four possible home games in the next series and 4 possible home games in the Stanley Cup series. That's a total of 8 games. Penguins are averaging $2 million per game in attendance. So that's $16 million. If the Penguins didn't have home ice advantage, they would still get 6 games, possibly at home. And that's about $12 million. And if they swept the series, both series, that's 4 games. That's $8 million. Just on these next 2 series alone, you could have afforded Andre Fleury. I think that his leadership, as you see, the Penguins are much more talented than Las Vegas, but because of his 6'2", 180 pounds of great leadership, and they're still involved. And right now,
guess who I'm rooting for? Las Vegas.
Las Vegas is
the Flower power.
So I'm
going with that. I'm jumping on the Flower bandwagon now that the Penguins are out.
Well, as I wrap up, I will say this.
What happened?
I may have to pull a chip if Washington plays Las Vegas. I may have to miss the show to watch that game because you got Alex Ovechkin.
You haven't watched him yet. Why would you even go see him now? You haven't watched him yet.
I may go to Vegas and bet on it. Man.
Come on, man. That ain't happening. You already lost 7 houses during football and only got a few back at the end.
But I was right. The Penguins would not three-peat without Andre Fleury, and he may three-peat. And that's what's on my mind.
Thanks, NFL Scout, Steelers Scout.
The curse is on, just like the Pirates.
Who knows what curse this is? Where's the Art Rooney curse you were researching 2 years ago? You had to stop because it was his drinking buddies that caused the curse and himself. Smoking Jim. From 33 to like 74. How did they have a curse that many years? There you have it, folks. Smoking Jim Frazier and his gambling opinions. If you don't bet, don't start the bet. If you do bet, do the opposite of what he says.
I'm sorry, Devin.
Thanks, Smoking Jim Frazier. I just wanted to eat a little bit of humble pie since I predicted a three-peat. We were a little close. They turned the switch on in January and played very well. We had defensive lapses, which they only fortified the offense this year. They had chances to help the defense. They did not. And we had many 2-on-none breaks, 3-on-none breaks during the playoffs. It was happening at least a few times a game. So that's going to cause even your best goaltenders to give up a goal. When you got people coming after you, Smoking Jim, you're only one man. You see 3 of the other team coming after you. You got to try to stop that puck.
Good point.
Sometimes it's not going to happen. It gets past you. So, I mean, my biggest thing is the offense. We had that offensive power shortage. It showed at the end we only scored 1 goal. So, and in the game before that, 1 goal. So, last 2 games, 2 goals. How do you win championships on 2 goals? So, I'm a realist. Sullivan did a great job. He has to make a few tweaks. We got a lot of different players that got in because of the salary cap. How does that happen? There's a salary cap. You got to get rid of certain players because they want more money, and you can't afford to pay 7 or 8 players an extra $3-4 million per person. You might do the simple math for 8 games in the playoffs and all that stuff, but you might have 10 and 12 players that need another $25-30 million. Guess what? You can't squeeze it out of them. Your Steelers are famous for it because they get people to readjust the contracts, but it doesn't happen in hockey. To get 2 years in a row is quite an accomplishment. To be there for the 3rd year, my hat goes off, and I thank the Penguins for the great season. Kept us interested up till the end. Appreciate that. And we'll go get them next year. That's all I can say. That's all I got. We'll come back with some.
The curse is on.
There is no curse. Let me state that again. There is no curse except in Smoking Jim Frazier's mind. And if you go in there, you may never get out. So come back for some fiction and fact from Smoking Jim's Almanac.
Man, what a great week in Alabama.
I saw the pictures.
I wish you could have been there with us, man. Mark, hats off to Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban Foundation.
Was he there?
Sponsored it. He couldn't make it, but he did. There was 11. We're talking about the 50th anniversary of the ABA World Championship. Pittsburgh Pipers.
I remember them.
Excuse me, league MVP Connie Hawkins.
I remember him.
The late great Connie Hawkins. But 11 players are still living, so Mark Cuban flew them all in from all over the country.
How about the guy 6'9"? They couldn't put him in the seat.
Yeah, we had to pay a little bit extra for that because we did not realize that he needed a special seating.
Well, where are you going to put a guy that big at?
Yeah.
In the aisle somewhere.
Maybe right up in the cockpit with the
Can't.
pilot.
Can't. It's
Be the
locked.
first black pilot.
There's been black pilots, buddy.
So,
Just like ring announcers.
so hey, it was great. Thank
Where was it at?
It was at the Marriott City Center down there, and right across from the PPG Paints Arena. Real nice, man. We had a great turnout. Also had the Connie Hawkins Hall of Fame.
Of course.
Why
wouldn't you?
Yeah, and Liz Costa looked great in green, and Rico went into the Hall of Fame, and it was a great weekend, man. It was a lot of legends was able to come through, and seen a lot of guys. Our friend of the show, B.B. Flannery, of course, was there.
Yeah, nice. How's he?
He's doing well, man. He looks good. He still looks like he could play, but when he walks away, you know he can't play anymore, man. But
it happens. Age catches us all.
Yeah, 50th anniversary, man. The ABA, man, they did it the right way, man. They it was such an exciting league. From what they tell me, that it put pressure on the NBA to
They took teams in.
take teams in, man, because the ABA took the game from the floor to the air, and so it was great. And the first ever championship was right here in Pittsburgh with the Pittsburgh Pipers, and shout out to Mark Whitted, author. A lot of Whiteds in Butler, that's where he's from.
Really?
And so he's actually writing a book on that. It'll be out in September. So I got to bring him to the show.
Yeah.
Put him on Pittsburgh Sportsline. You'll love him.
Yeah,
Al Levine,
I'd like that.
Machine. And one quick story is, Bill Neal.
I know him.
Achieving Greatness, formerly of Champions Enterprises. Well, Whited and Bill Neal never met. They didn't know each other, never heard of one another.
Get out.
So when Connie Hawkins passed away, well, here Whitehead's trying to write this book, so he's at the Phoenix Suns facility.
Yeah.
And one of the secretaries come out and tell the other secretary, Bill Neal's calling again. Bill Neal's calling again. So somehow they mention he's from Pittsburgh, and Whitehead's like, well, wait a minute, I'm doing this book.
Let me talk to him.
Can you give me his number? I'll call him back, and so that formed.
That's how they met.
That's how they met. Bill Neal calling Phoenix Suns every day, getting on the secretary's nerve.
Wow.
So
he's consistent.
Yeah, if you know Bill Neal, you understand, man. He's going.
I understand.
He'll go after the money. But White was actually the guy that made the connection with Mark Cuban Foundation to get him to sponsor all of this.
Nice.
So who knows where it'll go from here? So
bring him on the show when is he back in town or?
Well, he's he works for the Pentagon in Washington D.C. So he's back and forth. His dad recently died, so he's cleaning up that estate out there in Butler. He went to Lower Borough, I believe.
Did he?
Or Knock High School, one of them high schools out there, and,
somewhere north.
The Lily White schools. And
get him on Pittsburgh Sportsline. I'll do an interview.
We're definitely gonna get him on, and he's a retired major in the Marine Corps.
Wow, must be a tough guy.
Well, not to look at him. You know, he's a small guy, but you know the Marines learn to fight dirty.
They can kill you.
Yeah, so
You better watch what you say to him.
yes, so yeah, so he's a Marine, man. So and he works for the Pentagon. And a quick story about that, since we probably got a little bit of time.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time.
He shared a story with me on 9/11.
Get on.
He says on 9/11 he was down the street at a coffee shop.
Not in his office.
Not in his office when the first airplane went into the building. And then when the second plane went into the building, he looked at his coworker. He says, we better get out of here. He says, no, we got to get to work. He says, no. He says, we're probably target. He said, we're probably the next target. And sure enough, he was right.
So he's a smart guy.
Yeah, I guess he had his compass that day.
His antenna was up.
Yeah, his antenna was up, man.
Wow.
Anything to get out of work. But hey,
you sure he didn't go to your school?
Huh? Yeah.
I'm sensing a resemblance here.
So he was able to get out of town safely. So.
Well, that's good.
But that's the fiction and fact from Smoking Jim's Almanac.
Hey.
Go Pipers.
Couple questions. How many people ended up showing up at the event?
Sell out, 300.
Get out. That's great.
Sell out. But there was a lot of police there because the Fox Chapel had their prom there.
No way.
Yeah, man. I've never seen so many police for prom.
How many pretty girls did you see?
You know what? I really couldn't tell because they had them at the other end.
What a disappointment.
But there was a lot of pretty girls at this event.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Well, Liz Costa was there. Jody Velasquez was there.
That's two.
A couple beautiful girls, yeah.
They're both your girls. Thanks for the update, Smoking Jim.
But I couldn't stay for the banquet.
Well, what'd they have to eat? What did you leave on?
You know what? I wasn't sure if I was permitted to eat, and I did a 2-hour podcast. Bill Neal has a podcast show with Kevin. You know Kevin.
I don't know. Kevin Amos.
Kevin Cameron.
I don't know.
This is their podcast. I think you've seen Kevin before one of Bill's events. Maybe not.
I think I have.
Yeah, and they do a podcast. So since Bill Neal was busy, he asked me to sit in for him. I did a 2-hour podcast.
What'd you talk about?
Oh my goodness, couldn't even hardly hear each other. It was so loud. But you know, we talked about the NFL draft. We talked about the NBA. You know, black folks love the NBA, so we talked about that. We talked about hockey a little bit.
You got two
Baseball.
black guys talking hockey.
Well, we actually had 4 black guys.
4 black guys,
Yeah.
and you're talking hockey.
Talking hockey. Can you believe it?
No.
What a waste of time, man.
I'm
2
shocked.
hours. 2 hours, and man, I'm surprised soccer didn't come up. But anyhow, it was fun. But I kind of went to pull a Batman.
And what happened? You get caught.
Well, got caught because Jody came out. Jody's texting me, her and Liz is texting me to come sit with them. And then all of a sudden, Jody, I'm getting ready to sneak off. Not sneak off, but
Do your thing.
yeah, I'm getting ready to go. And Jody comes out. Where here she had to leave after dinner too. She had eaten already. But I think I could have ate because Kevin Cameron ate. So they probably had a meal for me. But I didn't want to be greedy. Nobody told me I could eat. So, but Bill Neal had the crowd laughing and cracking up. Yeah, too bad I couldn't stay for it.
That's good.
And he hasn't called me since, so he must be mad I didn't stay.
Probably. He's the one that told me about you when we first met and did a Super Bowl show. And I go, "Where's Smoking Jim?" He goes, "Where's Batman?" I go, "Why do you call him Batman?" He goes, "Do you see him?" He goes, "He's been doing that for years." So,
I'm shy.
just like I look around and there's no Smoking Jim. We're doing boxing. Steve the Rookie Fisher goes, "Where's Smoking Jim?" I go, "Batman's gone. He's gone."
That's my Robin there.
Where?
The Rookie of the Year. That's my Robin.
You're making up stuff now. That isn't even close.
Have you ever seen Steve Fisher and Robin at the same place at the same time? Think
No.
about it.
No,
There
I
you
have
go.
not.
There you go.
That doesn't make sense. But thanks. I'm glad you stole that line off of somebody, buddy. You're good at spreading that. Thanks for Fiction and Fact from Smoking Jim's Almanac. Well, we got a show, Olive Oil's Pizzeria, next Monday, May 14th. How about that? It's already middle of May. May 14th, 7:30 to 8:30. Come out to 930 Brookline Boulevard, the Frank Fanero's, Olive Oil's Pizzeria, and more in Brookline. Great pizza, hoagies. Always get a nice bunch of people out there. We got guests. Smoking Jim got a bunch of guests coming in. I'll have to read the text to see who they are.
Our Mother's Day show.
Is it? Well, Mother's Day's on the 13th. How do you do one after that? Smoking Jim, I can't keep track of you with this Mother's Day stuff and non-Mother's Day. If we do a Mother's Day show, why wouldn't we do it on Sunday the 13th? You want to meet? We'll get the Rookie of the Year to get the camera fired up. Should we meet you in Monroeville?
He'll fall in love if you come out there.
Forget about it. His heart's broken. You didn't introduce him to the girl that he was supposed to marry. Never even saw her, heard of her, or anything. He's still in a state of shock. He's just wandering around mumbling. So that's our man. Hollywood Lanes, we're looking for a new place. They canceled our show on the 21st, so we won't be at Hollywood Lanes on the third Monday. We're going to look for another place to do Pittsburgh Sportsline. So somewhere in the South Hills. If you have any ideas, you know how to get a hold of me on Facebook. Give me a message. I got to thank Marianne Workman at Azazu. Cut my hair today. Got a nice cut. It was later in the day, or I would have stopped and got some peanuts and tea, but I got out of there about 3:15, and
Wow.
I was worried about traffic starting to build up. I didn't want to get caught in traffic, so
Like Chip.
well, I just headed out of town and made it. Got this nice cut. Got it for TV. Got a little photo posted up on Facebook so you can see Marianne next to me. She's a short one, but she's been cutting my hair about 15 years. So thank you very much at Azazu Salon. Definitely. It's a good place to go right on 5th Avenue in downtown Pittsburgh. So that was nice then. And check out the On Location next week on the 14th. Olive Oil's Pizzeria, 7:30 to 8:30. Don't miss this show. We got a lot of great guests coming in. Have some good sports talk and much more. The guy in charge of the Greater Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix will be there. Dan is his name, and he'll be there, so we'll find out some information about that. Myron Cope is the founder of it. They donate all the money to autism and the school that does take care of autistic children, so it'll be a lot of interesting stuff and talking about the race, and that's in July, so get a little prelude to what's happening out there in Shenley Park. See you then, and don't change that dial. Chief, go get your dessert and come on right back. I don't know how to say it. I predicted
Machine,
three-peat.
before you go into your spiel
Penguins.
about the Penguins, I know how bad you feel. But let me ask you this. Would it be better for you to take the trolley from Bethel Park into town and back whenever you get your hair done? Would that be quicker? Don't the trolley go right there?
Yeah, but it's not that. It's about a half hour
Oh, it is?
by trolley,
Okay.
about 20 minutes by car.
Okay. So
And I park in a garage there.
You for free?
No,
Oh, right. So.
it cost me.
Okay.
but their rates are reasonable.
Reasonable rates. Okay. I was just
Yeah.
wondering about that.
Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
Smoking Jim. Thanks for the compliments on the haircut. Shout out to
great.
Marianne again. Thanks for the gave me the cut. Oh, we look good there. I bleed black and gold, as you know, so I'm very disappointed about the Penguins. Lack of offense, that's my key missing component to it. Sullivan's a great coach. They'll come back from this. We'll see what they're made out of next year. And people that are blaming Letang, what player doesn't make mistakes on defense or offense? Look at Crosby, gave away the puck at the end on the winning goal. How about that?
Wow.
Things happen like that, but it was quite the year. We will see what happens. They'll regroup on it to get 2 wins like they did in a year. How do you have a goaltender? You're bum wrapping Murray a little bit. 2 out of 3 years, he won a Stanley Cup. Not too many rookies do that.
He had some help.
Well, without him, would we have won it? Probably not.
We won cups without him.
The last 2 years, we wouldn't have won it without him.
But we never won a cup without Fleury in the last 10 years.
That's okay, Smoking Jim. You can go with your theory of the curse, because nobody said there's a curse except for you. In your mind, you see curses whenever somebody starts
Penguins will never
losing.
win another Stanley Cup without Marc-Andre
Next
Fleury.
year, we win the cup. Come on back for next year. Check them out. Definitely. Smoking Jim Frazier, you're a good NFL scout.
Seattle will win a
Steelers
Stanley
scout.
Cup before the
Seattle.
Penguins. Yeah, next expansion team.
Okay. You're out of control, Smoking Jim Frazier.
Curse is on.
Yeah, Chip wanted to talk to you about your picks and stuff like that in the draft.
Too bad the ambulance turned over. Or
Something happened there. He got jammed up, couldn't make it. No doubt about it. Unbelievable, Smoking Jim Frazier. Did you follow any of the Pirates? They were losing some games.
Last I looked, they were 20-16. That ain't bad. Or 19-16, one or the other. That ain't too shabby.
No.
Third place.
No, not bad.
Playing a team tonight, I think, that hasn't won a home game all season or something like that.
Yeah,
Real bad
well,
at
I still
home.
got a prediction of 75 wins.
Well, good, because my Las Vegas number is 76 or under, and I win money.
Really?
So if they win 75, I win money. I put heavy money on that.
Well,
They scare me a
I'm
little
glad
bit.
I'm supporting you then. You asked me when they won those, we were like 11-2, and I said 75 on the year.
Yeah,
I've stayed consistent on that.
that's right. One thing you don't.
I don't jump off the bandwagon
You
and
don't
get
waffle.
back on. No.
You don't waffle. You're like me. You tell it like it is.
Well, I don't know if you could say that. Smoking Jim, maybe speaking with a forked tongue.
Funny thing, I did the Bill Neal podcast or whatever it is a couple of weeks ago, and everybody had Toronto winning, and I had the Cleveland.
Yeah.
I said LeBron James over.
Yeah, but he was,
single-handedly
here's why, he was burnt out.
Really?
But he lied. He said it after the series. He was
Wow.
burnt. What does that mean? So he's done incredible things in this series.
Yeah.
Look what he did, right?
And they'll beat Boston, and then they'll get beat by the greatest team of all time, the Golden
Again.
State Warriors, who knows how to keep the team together and add to the team. You don't break up a winning combination like the Penguins did. They never should have done that, and they'll regret it. They'll regret it. I feel bad for the kids.
What kids?
A kid born today will never see another Stanley Cup victory from the Penguins because they got the Bobby Lane curse.
When you were growing up, you never saw any championship Steeler games, but you went to the games. You put on your Steeler headgear, sweatshirts, bands, shoes, socks, and there was a curse of the Steelers. You didn't even know about it.
I didn't. I still don't.
You discovered it, but it was because of Art Rooney Sr. He was hiring all these drunken bums to run the team. It happened. He was just a nice guy. Then his son Dan had to hire a guy like Chuck Noll, and it turned it all around in '69.
Wow.
But you went to games. You're a Steeler fan when they were losing, right?
No.
No, you didn't like the Steelers.
I started becoming a fan when they were winning championships. So.
What, 74, 75?
Maybe 79, 80, yeah. Right around
You're not that. Get out of here before that. You got your mama. I'm going to call her up and see when Dorothy gave
Happy Mama's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
I'm going to call Dorothy Frazier up to see all the Steeler gear if you were wearing it back in the day. She'll tell me the truth, unlike yourself. I'll bet you were all geared up when you were a little kid then. And the Steelers were losing. Lovable losers.
Well,
Same old Steelers.
I was wearing black and gold because of Gateway.
Well, that's all right. It's a good excuse, but it said something like Steelers on it. Your reading wasn't that good back then.
I liked the powder blue, too, back then.
Did you?
Penguins,
for the Penguins?
Penguins
You didn't even know they wore those
heard it.
until you heard it on this show. Folks, I apologize. We're running. I'm trying to talk seriously about sports.
Love you, blue.
Smoking Jim just runs off the reservation here. It's hard to bring him back. Let's try to talk some boxing there. What do you got about boxing?
Well, one thing, man, I went and watched the fights today that you and Dave Cable did in the Rookie of the Year.
You know, we cut over 3 hours out of that.
Well, I was wondering. I was looking for part 2. I said, "Oh, they're getting it all in this one part."
Well, because it was almost 5 hours long.
Wow,
with
what
all
a
the
battery.
delays, with all the delays and stuff in there. Look at the start was delayed 45 minutes.
Wow, that's right.
He cut all that out.
Well, Dave Cable did a great job. I enjoyed it, and it was hard going back watching Danny Buckley lose.
Yeah.
It was a split decision.
And Danny Bodish.
Bodish won.
I thought he lost.
I think pretty
No,
sure
he
Bodish.
lost.
Bodish lost?
Yeah, because Yankello asked me if he was going to win. I said, yeah, and they didn't call Bodish's name out.
Wow. See?
You missed
okay.
that.
We thought he won. We thought he
you even said it.
Yeah, that's
you even
what it
said
was.
he's state champion because I watched it again. I said, there's Smoking Jim Frazier. Calling him out.
I'd like to see my boy Eric Sitnor turn pro.
That was a tough fight there. That kid was,
Guy he fought was
he was
unbelievable.
overmatched.
Yeah, he was unbelievable. There's not too many pros that can beat Signor. He should just go ahead and turn pro. But this guy, you're going to hear about him. He was special.
He did fight well. Yeah, and you even gave a couple little things, nuggets that he's seeing things in slow speed, like Mario Lemieux. All of a sudden, you pulled that out, and look at, he's seeing that in slow speed. I don't know where you saw it.
Yeah,
but
the great ones see things in slow motion.
I understand, but they were punching each other pretty regularly. I didn't see where the slow speed was taking effect. But Smoking Jim, you're an entertainer, and I appreciate it. I just tried to add a little sense, especially when that one slipped and you thought it was a knockdown the referee missed. Then you said the one time the referee can't handle these two because he's not fast enough. There are some great moments in there that I don't know how you get away with it. A shout out to all the referees that did their job, all the judges, and all the voting they had to do. It was a tough night of fights, 13 fights.
Man,
one disqualification.
Wow. Yeah.
So we saw a lot of action. It was great out at Pro Sports in Monroeville.
And the kids made history, man, thanks to good Pittsburgh Sportsline karma. First time they ever beat Philadelphia. First time ever.
Yeah, we took it sort of for granted how they were winning.
Yeah.
We thought a couple more should have won.
Yeah.
Actually, at least two more.
Yeah.
From what I saw.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I don't know if you've seen on Facebook the picture of little Ernie Page.
No.
When he fought Ernie Sharif.
Yeah, I did see it.
He was ranked third in the nation at the time. Had just lost to Sugar Ray Leonard by decision in the Pan American Games. and he was the headline main event of the
Well, he
card.
did tell us that story.
Yeah.
Remember,
yeah.
he took us on the side and told us that at one of the events.
Yeah. But
That's how he become a lawyer.
But my dad always told me about him. My dad used to see him fight all the time, Low Ernie Page. But I didn't put two and two together because he's not Ernie Page anymore.
Right.
You know, and
Things change.
I always felt like if the people that turn Muslim, they should have their first and last name changed.
Really?
That's confusing.
I don't
Ernie
know.
Sharif.
You're about the names, like you even mentioned about the Philadelphia names.
Them brother names, man.
I don't know what you were talking about.
How you get Quasi Quum Davis? Come on, man. Change both names, man. If you're going to have an African name, have it both,
I don't
man.
know. There was even Juwanda that was fighting Mary Casamassa.
She put it on. Mary put it on her because that girl
was a
was
great
good.
Jack Mook's boxer,
Yeah.
Mary Casamassa.
And I even heard you say on the telecast she put her head right on her chest and we went to work, man. That's what you got to do sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
But you still didn't tell me what was on her shirt. I don't know what was on her T-shirt.
What was it?
I don't know. I couldn't tell.
I don't know. We'll need other people to investigate that.
Yeah, we got to stop the fight next time, man, and so
Yeah.
we can see what's on that T-shirt.
We'll get Steve, the Rookie of the Year, to get a close-up of that.
He'll be married the next time.
I don't think so. You disappointed him. He's still not recovered from that. You know that.
Speaking of marriage,
What?
oh my goodness, I can't watch it. I done watched 5 seasons of Sopranos in the last 2 weeks. Never watched it before.
Oh, really?
There's some good-looking girls in Sopranos. You ever watch it?
I saw some of them.
Oh man, I've almost got the whole. There's only 6 seasons. I done got 5. I'm on the 5th season, man. Woo!
Wow.
Good-looking girls, man. I don't know if they still look the same, but
They're older now.
wow.
Yeah, it's been off the air for a while, so.
But I'm not going to trade in Kim Kardashian for anybody.
No.
I'd marry her tomorrow, brother.
Get on.
Wouldn't you?
No. I'd have to pass. Smoking Jim Frazier. We're veering off the, how do we go to boxing to Kim Kardashian? I don't know how that even happened. And what's with these podcasts? Where can we even hear them?
It's some kind of black station, the Urban, what is it? The Urban, I can't find it. They sent me a link. Urban Media Today. It's brand new. Urban Media
That's
Today
Alan
Radio.
Lincoln.
That's Alan Lincoln. Well, you heard him. You know more about black people than anybody
man.
I know. I didn't know this Alan Lincoln
That's our
station
man,
there.
Alan Lincoln.
Okay, so that's what they're doing, man. And so hey, who knows? Maybe it'll be our competition one day.
We have no competition. Who's doing what we're doing? We're interviewing people.
true.
There's nobody doing that.
That's true. That's true. Even it was funny. We did 2 hours. It's so funny how there's nobody that's aggressive like us, like scared. Like
Yeah.
we're doing 2 hours. There's 4 of us. Plus, there's a lady that's helping us. You know, helping with the equipment and
Good
all
looking?
that. Yeah, very nice looking. So there's
I
5.
had to check with you.
So that makes 5, right? So the objective was where I was sitting at the end was to keep bringing in players, ABA players or people, celebrities.
Yeah, it's funnel them in.
Yeah, funnel them in and
Like
interview
what we've
'em.
done at the Meadows and other places.
Exactly. Guess how
You
many?
stole that from me.
Yeah, well they did. Guess how many people they interviewed in
3.
2 hours? 1.
I
So
was
Bill
close.
Neal asked him at the end, like Bill Neal comes out right at the end. Bill Neal was like, because he's so busy getting everything together for the banquet, he says,
Sure.
who all you interviewed? And he says, well, we interviewed 1. Mark White had only brought 1 over. So Bill Neal said, if plan A don't work, you go to plan B, which is true.
It reminds me of somebody. We just keep sending them. Get me more. Give me the next one up.
That was fun, man.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
No, it sounds like a great time.
Yeah,
Great crowd.
yeah.
Great event.
Yeah.
Great bit of history.
And you've seen all those legendary players from the Connie Hawkins Summer Basketball League.
Ozenham and
Yeah.
yeah, Dap Porter's carrying that tradition on.
Yeah, matter of fact, I seen his daughter, beautiful. Got a lot of play time this year as a
At
true
Cincinnati.
freshman at Cincinnati. Thinks he started a couple of games.
Get on.
And I was able to take a picture with her right in the middle of the podcast.
You're kidding.
One thing about me, I don't mind leaving the podcast for a photo op.
Nothing like the Sweeties for Jimmy.
Right in the middle of a question, brother. I'll get up in a minute.
The Sweeties for Jimmy. He does do it. I can't compete with my man.
But nobody, and you can't compete. I told you I'd have more friends than you on Facebook.
Yeah, but I let you. I let you.
I was blowing by you.
I let you have it because at 5,000 you'll be deleting people.
I know, I'm deleting.
I'm building
now.
up. I'm building up slowly but surely.
I'm still deleting, man.
I got 197 waiting for me to accept their friend request.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't have nothing like that.
I got 197 that
Wow.
have requested friends with me, and I haven't friended them.
Wow. You should have seen how great Liz Costa looked, man.
I saw a photo of her.
Photo didn't do it justice. Man. But she's just such a nice lady, man. So smart. And she's a Pittsburgh Sportsline Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Go figure that. We got to figure out where we're going to do the Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Maybe. We may be at
Olive Oils.
Yeah.
It might be. We'll have to see what happens. We'll have to look for another location here in Bethel Park or the surrounding area.
But the one thing I can say is that people were getting mad, and I posted something out on Facebook, and I got over 200 comments, I think. And I says, basically, you guys are mad at Big Ben, but everything he said was true. Don't you agree?
Not really. Not really. Ben had people that helped him and stuff like that. For him to be like he is, it shows his true colors.
He's not a coach.
Doesn't matter. What's going to happen? You get older, you're not going to be the same you were, and you're not going to be on the team forever. You can't play forever. Why can't you help somebody?
Well, Joe Montana never helped Steve Young, and he did okay.
That's all right.
Brett Favre never helped Aaron Rodgers. He did okay.
Yeah, that's all right. Those are 3 exceptions.
Nobody helped Johnny Manziel, and he, okay.
There you
He
go.
didn't do good.
Yeah, he didn't have anybody to mentor him.
But what I'm saying is, okay, I'll give you that. But Ben's correct in saying, why take a third pick in a quarterback in the 3rd round when I'm gonna play the next 5 years?
Here's why. Because has he ever gotten hurt?
Yes.
Numerous times.
Yes.
You ever get hit?
Yeah.
You ever extend a play?
Yeah.
What's going to stop him from doing that now? People talk about, okay, they've blocked a little better. Sure. Haley got better blocking for him. Big Ben stays in the pocket longer than anybody.
That's true.
And what happens when you're standing there? You get hit. You get grabbed.
Yeah.
You get tossed around. So if he's naive and doesn't understand that there's an injury waiting to happen,
I think he felt like Landry Jones can come in for a couple of games and do
well,
it. Right?
my support for Landry Jones is he's not even adequate to do this. Yeah, I don't worry about it. I don't care about Big Ben's attitude because he shows his attitude in his
Looks like the black quarterback's going to get cut again. He's an odd man out. Huh?
Nobody even hears about him. Where's he even at? Where's Josh at? Come on, man. He's a rocket scientist.
One of these things don't go together.
I don't know. You're just a Big Ben fan, right or wrong. You don't even care.
I'm a fan of a Hall of Famer, man. 3-time Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah.
2-time Super Bowl champion, man.
What was his rating the first time he won the Super Bowl? Like 24.8?
I know his
Was
rookie,
it one of the lowest ever?
I know his rookie year he went 15-1.
Yeah.
And that record will never be broken.
Did
like
he have a
73
team
and
with him that was playing great defense?
Yeah, they went 6-10 the year before.
Yeah, but
That's
how did that's like when Cowher quit, he left the team with 8-8.
They left the Super Bowl team.
8-8. His team was 8-8 when he left. That's what he was. They didn't want to be great. They just were 8-8. And then Tomlin wins a Super Bowl with his players. How'd that happen?
And now Tomlin ain't been to the Super Bowl in 8 years and ain't going to the Super Bowl drafting third, fourth round values in the first round.
Yeah, another deal.
Now they're going to talk about moving get safeties up to linebackers.
Well, I brought that up last week. How do you plan for that?
Yeah,
you can't.
It's unbelievable. Their theory, and this herd of Steeler Nation just goes by whatever he say. Yeah, they're going to put 10 pounds on him and make him a linebacker, huh?
Well, if he's 5'10", where's he going with that 10 pounds?
Yeah. Plus, he played all his senior year with a bad shoulder. He had to miss the last 3 games because his shoulder got too bad.
When he starts drinking water out of our 3 rivers, he'll be healed.
That's right. Well,
and he watches my healing music.
That's good.
And he'll be healed.
Your healing music along with Benny Hinn, and I said that before and I'll say it again, the Shazier ought to give that a try. He healed Evander Holyfield of a heart condition.
Shazier got to be done. Did you see him walking?
He hadn't seen Benny Hinn yet.
Did you see Shazier walking?
No, I didn't see it.
Well, he didn't walk that well.
After all these months?
Yeah.
What would it hurt to see Benny Hinn?
Put it like this. So he starts walking and running. How about he hits somebody again and gets crippled? He hits somebody.
Then
he hits them. They don't hit him.
Then people talk about him as much as they're talking about Gabe Rivera in the last 10 years. About 0.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
How could you not? It's a horrific accident.
Yesterday's heroes are soon forgotten. Nobody talks about Gabe Rivera. He's forgotten. Pretty soon Shazier will be forgotten. Well, I give the Steelers credit for giving him $8 million.
Yeah.
Because when they put him on the PUP list, that meant he wasn't going to get paid this year. So the players' union probably came out against the Steelers because the next day
they have a good heart for
it. Yeah.
Smoking Jim, you're just the emperor. If you were in charge, they're all pieces of meat.
They are. They are.
So this piece of meat can't play anymore. Sorry about that.
Until he can play again, I don't talk about him.
He just did.
Yeah, we brought him up because they didn't replace him. They had opportunities to replace him, and
they didn't see the need.
Yeah, exactly. Or a cornerback. We need cornerbacks and middle linebackers, and they ignored it.
We need safeties.
Yeah, we got the team full of safeties, man. All strong safety, no free safeties.
I know. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Go Steelers.
I'd have loved to have got the white kid from Penn State, Scott Apke, from Mount Lebanon.
Didn't happen.
Yeah. He'd have been a good free safety.
What are you doing? Just eating steak there and they're not listening to you? What'd you eat this year?
Always steak and eggs.
How were the cooks this year?
All black.
What changed?
The price is right.
Free. It's free.
My buddy got fired. If people know Ty that worked years for the Steelers, he ended up getting in an argument with a Baltimore Raven fan at the Heinz Field and got in a fight, and the Steelers canned him. Can you believe that?
I don't believe that.
After all them years, yeah.
How can that even happen?
Yeah, so he's another unemployed black man.
Go figure, Smoking Jim. Hey, I want to thank everybody for listening and watching our show. We got off on a tangent here. Thanks to Bethel Park for letting us do Pittsburgh Sportsline for over 6.5 years. I was checking with Dave Cable. We got over 500 shows we've done. Wow. Maybe even close to 600.
I thought so.
We're going to try to get that number and find out, folks. But thanks for watching us tonight. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. Smoking Jim Frazier. Chip Hayner will be back next week. And stay Joey strong.